Okay, I'm back again now because I've probably forgotten a couple of things. Now I'm not going to be able to find these scriptures because I haven't prepared for it. But there is a couple of places in Bereshith where it says about there's Gideon. Gideon had two people come to him, two men, and they had amulets around their neck. Look it up for yourself. It's there. Go and look for it. You know, and they were amulets to the moon. That's what they were. And what did Gideon do to those two guys? He killed them. That's what he did because they were idolaters. You know, and then there's the story of Yericho, isn't there? Yericho, yes, there's the story of Yericho. That's right. You know. But people say Yericho was destroyed. Why? Because it was because they were worshipping the moon. Once again, this is another one. You see, this is the two witnesses for this, right? Where there are two or three witnesses, the thing is established. So these are the two places where this is established, where the moon worshippers were killed in Yericho, and the moon worshippers that came to Gideon he murdered. I didn't murder him. He killed him. He killed him because that's what Yahuwah required of him. You see, eh? We're to love our neighbour, but we're not to love the idolater, because that's not what Scripture says. See, we're not to love the idolater. Come on. See? And that's what the world's full of today. Idolaters. That's it. You're not to love that. You're not to do as they do. Right? He was sending out, there's Israelites were going out killing them all over the place. That's what was happening. Because why? They were against Yahuwah. They hated him. That's what they did. They didn't want anything to do with Yahuwah. They hated him, and that's the same today. That's exactly how people are. Yeah, they hate Yahuwah. They hate the sovereign of the earth, whose name is Yahuwah. They hate him. That's what they do, And they wonder why they get sick, The covenant was struck. And it's talked about in Jubilee 6. It is talked about in Jubilee 6. On the third month, first day of the first month, the first day of the third month, a covenant was struck. And Noach did a sacrifice to Yahuwah, and he laid out the flesh of the goats and the sheep and the lamb and the rams and the bullock, and that's what he did, and Yahuwah smelled the sweet savor, and then he cut a covenant with Noah. That's what he did. That's what he did. You see, and this was the first day of the first month. It's written in Jubilees 6. And the first day, and it's called first fruits, or the Shavite. Yeah. The Shavuot. It's the Shavuot celebration or feast, and it's to be done once a year, right? And it's on the first day of the third month. Now, you see? And that's what that's about. That's what that's for, right? Well, people will tell you all sorts of stories, but that's not the truth. See? Now, in Shemot, on the 14th day, right, of the first month, people of Yisrael walked out of Mitzrayim, or Egypt, didn't they? By night. And then on the 15th they camped. You see, before it became, you see what most people do not understand, right, is that the Sabbath is the light hours only. Why? Because he says it back in Bereshith. I showed you. He said, let there be light, didn't he? The light, And he said that, because that's the first thing he created. With the Sabbath, the Sabbath hours are the light hours only, because the first thing he did was create light. That's the first thing he's recognizing and giving recognition to the first thing that he created. The first work that he did was to bring forth light. That was his first work. And he's giving recognition of that by saying, by doing in Shemot, by bringing the people out of Mitzrayim by night, camping them, So they're camped, and they stop for the 15th, which is another Sabbath. See, that's what they did. And then people say, oh yeah, but they went down Yericho one time, then I said, yeah, but they went round Yericho at night before the light, before it was morning, got dawn, before the Sabbath. They went round once at night. They just went round once. I only had to go round once. So they went round once, went back to the camp, and then celebrated Sabbath. Next day they went round once again. So this is how it was. And on the seventh, right? But you've got to remember, right? So that was on the first. The first day of the month, they went down round once. The first day of the first month, they went round once, right? They came back, celebrated that Sabbath, because the first day of the first month is always a Sabbath. You see, it's always a Sabbath, and it's always a memorial to Noah, and it's always a beginning of a new season. Those three things are what it says. Those are the three things, right? And then they went round till the 6th day, and on the 7th day, which is on the 7th, they went round 7 times because they could, because you see, the Sabbath wasn't till the 8th. You see, the 8th, because the count for the first month is 1, 8, 15, 22, 29. But for the second month it changes. You see, it changes. It's not the same. It's not 1, 8, 15, 22, 22nd, 22, 29. No. It's 6, 11, 11, 18, 18, 25. 25, yeah, sorry, yeah, 25 is and that's the last for that month, and then it goes to the 7 more days, and then it's the because each first month is 30 days, second month 30 days, so that's the 25th, so 5 days. Have I got that right? So 11, 18, 29, right? So then you've got the 30th day, and then you've got the 6th, the 13th, the 20th, and the 27th. So, that's right. I got it wrong before, right? And then the next is 3 days, and then you got the 4th for the 3rd month, because that second month is 30 days, and then the 4th, right? And this month is 31 days. And you'll see something here when I do this: 4th, 11th, right? 18th, and 25th. Now this month, the 3rd month's got 31 days. So there you go, 6 days, and it's the 6th day, and then it goes back to the 1st. And the first day of that month is a Sabbath, right? And it starts all over again. 1, 8, 15, 22, 29. It starts all over again. And this is how it rotates. The 91 days, 13 weeks, and this is how it rotates over and over again. And it keeps everything in alignment. The Sabbath, everything, everywhere. And the Sabbath is every 7 days. Every 7 days is the Sabbath. Every 7 days. Just as a 7-day Adventists say, is that they're right. They're not telling lies, but they're just doing it wrong. That's all. They're not doing it on the right calendar. They're not doing it on the calendar of the sovereign of the earth. That's it. That's all it is. But they're not doing it the lunar calendar either, which is a mistake. See, this is all written in Hanok. Right? They walked out of Mitzrayim on the 14th. They celebrated the Sabbath on the 15th, and then they carried on their journeys. And then the sovereign of the earth said, they moaned because they were starving in the desert. So they got this. He gave them manna. 6 days, 7th-day Sabbath. 6 days, 7th-day Sabbath. Collect twice as much on the 6th day, rest on the Sabbath. See, 7th day. And that's rotation, 6 days and work. And that's what it says in Shemot 20, doesn't it? Doesn't it say that? It says that, doesn't it? As far as I can tell. The commanders, See, and here's here. Look at this. You have to have no other mighty ones before against my face. That's right. You're not to even mention their names. But what is it in today? They've got so many mighty ones against his face, and they mention the names. You're not to make a carved image. You know. Yes. It's just this is how it is. You do not bring the name of Yahuwah your Eloah to naught. And how do you do that? Well, you never say it, never mention it. And that's what the Jews do. But then the Jews aren't his anyway, because on their flag, what's they got on their flag? They say that's the star of David. Well, they're lying. They're lying. It's not. It's a pentagram. Oh no, it's not. It's a hexagram. Sorry. But pentagram is a star, and everybody thinks it's a star, but it's not. It's a pentagram. Because why? Because people are idolatrous. That's what they think. They don't realise that this is how it is. It's the signal of Satan. It's everywhere. You see? And see, here it is here. Remember the Sabbath. See, Sabbath, Yom. Does it say day? It says day, not light. It says light hours, doesn't it? As far as I can tell, right? 6 days you labour and shall do all your work. See, there. See, that's what it says. This is the command. This is the instruction. The 10 words, right? Or the 10 commandments, as most Christians say, but they're idolatrous. 6 Yomen you labour and shall do all your work. But the 7th Yom is the Sabbath. Is a Sabbath of Yahuwah your Eloah. Right? That's what it says. See? So you do 6 days work. Right? Where does it say new moon here? Does it say new moon here? Does it say anything about new moon? It doesn't say new moon anywhere here. Wouldn't it, if the sovereign of the earth had a lunar calendar, wouldn't he say it in his 10 words? In his commands, in his instructions? Wouldn't he say that? Of course he would, but he doesn't. See, because it doesn't exist. It's not part of his calendar. It's not. See, it's part of the calendar of the wicked one, as usual. Because that's who rules here. It's the wicked. What is it? The wicked it's the wicked Ruachot. It's everywhere, in every man's ear, telling them, oh, don't believe that. And then they've got the teachers of the wicked Ruachot, And then, the giants lived. They were called Nephilim. They lived. They were huge. Yeah, can you imagine a man 200 feet high? Can you? And we're little weedy grasshoppers, and you're looking up to that, like looking up to a skyscraper. But they tell you that's a lie. There was silicon trees on the land, and they were huge, huge. But the Nephilim cut them down. That's what they did. They consumed everything, and it says that. But on the 14th, they went out, and that's why I'm saying what I'm saying, just to make sure that people understand that's the word. What is written is not what people say in a lot of cases. It's not. And that's how it is. Now you've got a clear view, maybe. I've given you a clear view of how this is. And that the moon is bollocks, and new moon day is bollocks. It's not the truth. It just means the first day of the new month. That's what it means. And that's why it's been put there, to say, trying to communicate the first day of the new month. That's all. Okay? So that's another one I'm going, I'm pretty passionate about this, because, nobody knows about this stuff. And everybody takes the context of Scripture out of context. And in the Hebrew, it's slightly different. It's amazing, The English takes it out of context. It really does. It tries to lead you astray. And that's what the whole world wants to bow down to and worship the evil one. He's taken it by the sides of the north like I said he would, and he's done it. That's it, simple as that. As far as I'm concerned, that's how it is. Anyway, thank you for watching. Subscribe if you like it. If you want to know more truth, then just subscribe and push the notification bell, push like, and I'll see you again. Okay, thank you for watching.